An American motor inside Italian design, is it a match made in heaven? Let's find out right here, right now. Greetings petrolheads and welcome to RomRom.net, the channel sharing the joy of sim racing, and to It's a Mod world where we test different mods to see if they add to your enjoyment. The car you see here is the Bizzarrini 5300 GT, a car built between 1965 and 1968, or was it 67? My different sources aren't quite sure when this car stopped being built, and they are not sure how many of these cars were built. Some say 20, some say 70, some say 140. It seems that building this car, which was built by hand by the way, was, as the Italians would say, un casino, a chaos. We're not as chaotic as that, and if you want to know more about what mods are out there for your enjoyment and become part of the RomRom family, subscribe right now and click on the bell, you won't regret it. This car sold in 2014 at Sotheby's for almost 550,000 euro. So let's see if this car is worth it, won't we? What a nice car, I gotta say, although the mod is very 2D, on VR you can see in 3 dimensions, and this mod is not exactly prepared for that. This is the gear stick, I suppose? Oh, for once my feet are not completely destroyed, thank you very much for that. This here, was it like that in reality? That looks strange. What a beaut of a car. As you may know, I like these forms a lot, this styling. It's really a beautiful car. But not much of a rear view mirror. Motor's in front, so the VR system won't let me look into the motor. The design of the tires could be better, but I like the matted reflection on the body of the car. My feet may be quite well positioned, but look at my hands, the animation's not right here. Oh well. I don't have a right rear view mirror, but that's not an error in the mod. Many models of this car did not have it either. Do I need to say more about the motor sound? I don't think so. In the racing version it was normally a Ford V12 motor. Unluckily you cannot hear it very well in the video, but there's a high-pitched tone for the brakes every time that I press the brake pedal. That's a very nice detail. Bizzarrini believed in motors with large displacement. This is a nervous car that you have to treat with a lot of respect. With regards to the force feedback, I cannot say much because my wheel broke down during the move and I had to buy a new cheaper wheel as I haven't saved enough for a direct drive wheel yet. And therefore I'm still tweaking the new wheel, and I'm not sure if the force feedback that I get from this mod is the right one, because I have not yet reached the sweet spot in the force feedback of the new wheel. On downshifting the car stays stable, so it's not as nervous as a Ferrari GTO, but treat this car with respect nevertheless, because it's more nervous than modern cars. It's as temperamental as you would expect it to be. And it is not so nervous that you cannot recuperate from slight errors or a slight oversteer, so it's easier to drive than other cars from this era, but it is not easy to drive.
Whoa.
Bizzarrini worked with Alfa Romeo, also with Ferrari, where he was responsible for the GTO, for the 250 GTO, and I would say that the Bizzarrini 5300 looks very much like a 250 GTO, wouldn't you? Shortly before starting his own company, he worked with Isogrifo, which made the Serta. I don't know if you know the car, but it was a very small BMW. After his own company, he worked with Lamborghini on a V12 motor, and there, as with this car, he tried to put the motor as far back as possible and as low as possible within the body of the car. At some points the AI goes off track, but I think it's more because in this case they were on 3 wide, and in other cases it's trying to find a hole that is not there, so I think it's more a thing of Assetto Corsa. But one very important thing, if you are racing against the AI, and I suppose also when you're racing against friends, this mod eats up a lot of CPU cycles. With a full roster, it went into 99% of CPU usage. Expect to have to reduce the grid to a number that is viable. What is exceedingly well done in the sound is not as well done in the animations and also within the static images, as I would not have had CPU problems if this mod would not, because of the look, eat up so many cycles. But let's go part by part. The look, as I said, the animations are not very well done, the tires are not very well done, the car overall looks good, but somehow the design was not done well, and that is the reason that I had so many CPU problems. So for the look, I give it 3 eyes out of 5. The sound, marvelous. You do hear the American motor in this Italian car. You even hear the braking sounds. I like the sound design very much, and I give it 5 ears out of 5. The driving feeling, it feels very much like a car of that time, even a tame car of that time. Bizzarrini seems to have done a very good job. Here and there are things that I don't like that much. I am not sure that they don't have to do with my new wheel, but I get the feeling that the driving feeling is not 100%, and therefore I give it 4 wheels out of 5. All in all, this is a good mod. This is a mod that is fun to drive, in a car that is a little bit different than other Italian cars of that time, and of course a car I didn't know anything about before I found the mod. This is not a car for beginners, but you don't have to be the most experienced driver in the world to be able to drive it, so for beginner to middle or middle to experience, it's a great car, and you can have lots of fun, especially if you take the Monza of 1967 as I did. And if you don't like these kind of cars, we have tons of videos sharing the joy of sim racing in our channel. Check them out. Thank you very much for watching this video, and thanks for all the comments and subscriptions. We love to know your opinions, and if you like this video, applaud by giving it a thumbs up and share it around. Don't forget to subscribe and click on the bell to become part of the RomRom family and to be informed about new videos. And if you already did, thank you very much for that. And until next time, save fuel, collect pickup, and we'll see each other at the podium.
Visit romrom.net to connect to fellow sim racers and sim racing fans.